Salute, brothers. How y'all doing out there, man? Pray y'all are blessed and y'all are well. And everything's everything's flowing for you the way it's supposed to be. I wanna I wanted to give a little game because I gave some a while ago, right? And we keep seeing this same thing play out. I don't know everything, but I know a whole lot about something. The nature of a crude dog ass bitch, I'll tell you that. I can kick game by that all day. So it just came to my attention that because I ain't been really fucking with social media too tough. Nah, I should have waited for 3 minutes, but it is what it is. Fuck it. It ain't getting monetized no way. Not yet, at least. But it just came to my attention. Lawyer that's been tasked with the duty to go after him is the same one that was tasked with going after Jay and Diddy. So interesting. Now that there would be a hell of a coinky thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty good at picking out patterns of behavior. You know what I mean? Now let's see what these three individuals have in common. Because yes, they do have something in common. Now I know one would probably come to the assumption first. Well, contract them, my nigga, they rich. And you will be correct in that assumption. Well, contractor. These are melanated men, brothers. Yes, you will be correct in that assumption as well. Well, last but not least, contractor, you know, both these men mastered their craft in a field. They feel their own personal art. Now, for Jay, he did it one way, Diddy did it another. Mr. Sharp did it through his physicality. You know what I'm saying? And he was quick enough to realize, I need to tap into another way to get paid out here. And he did it. Did damn good at it. But there's a whole nother commonality that some of y'all might not have caught on to. They were all fucking with bitches, not women, bitches. Scut bucket ass, scurvy ass hoes that were pretty on the outside, but dead on the inside. You dig what I'm saying? Not just ugly, but dead. Dead on the inside. And just like old girl with Diddy, and not to compare the two with Mr. Sharp, as soon as they stopped providing them resources, them hoes decided to strike back on their ass. And strike back they did. Now, I hear a bunch of flaws in the story, the old girl story. You know what I'm saying? If you just met this man and he's doing all these horrible things to you, bitch, why don't you leave? Hmm? Let me play devil's advocate and just assume, because I know this rotten ass whore's lying, but I'm gonna just assume that if she's telling the truth, bitch, why didn't you leave? Well, that's because she made the conscious choice and decision to hang around and lay around as long as he had plenty of resources to go around. She hadn't had her fill yet. You feel me? She hadn't pillaged enough of his money and been caught up by it and gotten famous off his influence and him being the man he is. I mean, personally, if, I'm in a situation and I'm getting decimated and destroyed physically, then I get the option to go, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of that motherfucker. But the bitch also played another card too. She said I was 19, so that means you're playing for sympathy. That means you were young and dumb. Right, right, right. So you too dumb to duck a right cross to sway out the way? You just sitting there eating them? Were you training your chin? Again, if what she's saying is true, but I doubt it. Just like with Diddy's situation, what he did to the broad in the elevator was it right? No, but she was eating them Jones like a pro, like a champ for years until she got cut off. And once that money dried up, well, all these hoes decided to strike back at these men. Be the allegation is true or be them false. You know, they still decided to strike back. Band of wretched bitches unite. Believe us, believe me, and I'll believe you. So we can believe her, but we all in competition with each other though. We'll slit the throat of the next hoe. Get the fuck out of here. You dig? The wretched games they play happen on every level. Every level. From a raggedy hood booger bitch to uh-huh swimsuit model bitch. They all do the same shit because they're all essentially wired the same way. To lay back, give up some pussy and consume as much as possible. Hell, if you give an opportunity, that shit out a kid too. Mm-hmm. And blame it all on you. Well, let's do a little bit more common sense thinking, critical thinking. How you gonna blame the kid on me? But bitch, you had that same period, that same cycle for your whole life ever since you got it. You know when you fertile. But at night you just had to have him hit it raw. Get the whole fuck out of here. But anyway, jumping back on track and subject. Beware a common bitch because a common bitch will try to strike back. The more money you got and the more visible you are, the more of a victim you will become. Cause 50 mil ain't nothing to sneeze at, champ. Oh no, sir. No, sir. The loss of 50 mil can destroy a man. But Mr. Sharp had his time in the spotlight and he was able to have notable individuals come on the show and he grew and did his thing. But he also made himself a target. Flashback to the conversation. You're a mark. You're a mark. You're not the predator in this game. Pimping you to prey. Oh yeah, you to prey. And there'll be many, many more brothers that get hit with these horrible lies, all for a quick check. Mm-hmm. Ruin your whole name and reputation for a little bit of paper though. And what's her justification? She gave you some putty though. Now that's the mind of a bitch, a hoe, a wretched one. But once you get to my age, you really know their nature and how they get down for real, for real. So you learn how to get around and all the workarounds of all that bullshit. Because at the end of the day, they mean you no good. No, they mean you harm. And even after you provide everything, if let's say they would have stayed together, Mr. Sharp provided everything. Everything, every luxury this bitch could ever dream of. At the end of the day, she still would hate him because she'd be jealous. I should have been able to do it for myself. So as punishment, she extracts your wealth the same way this bitch is trying to extract his wealth. You see the sick psychology. And this goes from the girl next door to the town whore. They all think alike. And then they high five each other in their victories after they're successful at their loot and plunder. You know what I'm saying? And they take notes and jot them shits down. And storm away for another day for the next sucker that come around. You know what I'm saying? That falls for a pretty face, a fat ass, some good pussy, some good head, and a sad sob fucking story. But let's say if Mr. Sharp was the monster she's trying to make him out to be, and she was young and dumb when he was older, that means you was fast enough to run, ho, but you didn't. You sat right there and waited for all these years. That's called a shakedown. You dig? My suggestion, brothers, the more money you make and the more you accrue, you shrink your presence. Get small. Online, get smaller. Everybody don't need to know what you got going on because I don't know. Bertha from back in the day might be struggling and hungry right now, and you looking like a whole ribeye with potatoes and gravy to this bitch because you got the money, you can afford it. You made better choices and decisions, and she made all the wrong ones. But just like that other raggedy bitch that had all them kids, talking about somebody got to pay for this, somebody got to pay because the state cut off her funding. Somebody got to pay. Yeah, bitch, you pay. Well, they gonna want Bertha gonna want you to pay in the worst way. Their entitlement is mental. It's gone so far as it's become mental illness. You dig? You can destroy a man's life and rob him of his resources, and cry for the fucking camera. You would do all these things, tell lies, and just sow destruction for a couple dollars, though. If that don't sound like Shaitan or a member of his church, I don't know what do, bro. That Lilith energy is real, and it's alive and well in the West. Hence the reason why I say, well, the Muslims got them right. Act up if you want to. I got me some rocks for you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Now put that motherfucking burger back on. Sit your ass down. You feel me? But I ain't want nothing, no. Just a little bit of game. Use these examples. Use them. Learn from them. Cautionary tales exist for a reason. And as far as I can tell, Mr. Sharp's whole situation, another one. Another one, bro. It's some bullshit, but it's another one nonetheless. The more you accumulate and acquire, the bigger the target you become. I know bitches that will literally go to Home Depot and Lowe's in the nice neighborhoods that I typically work in, right? Just to hawk a man down, to stalk a man down. Yeah. Yeah, bitch don't live nowhere around that motherfucker. But she up in that hoe though, looking for some prey. You dig? That's another reason why they always try to go to the places that the other half lives. Try to catch them something. Hell, I'm a hunter and I'm a fisherman. And I know where to go to catch what I'm looking for. You feel me? Well, they do too. Problem is, their prey look like me and you, pimping. Get quiet on these hoes. What up, Kaiju? Salute to you, bro. Don't let them see too much. Don't let them know too much because they're going to line you up. Yep. They're going to push that motherfucking envelope to the limit on your ass to try to get some bread about you. Now, after we all find out or it gets publicized that this wretched, raggedy bitch told this horrible fucking fable, this disgusting, dirty ass, nasty ass, I will destroy life hoe, this raggedy bitch is gonna go back on the prowl for another one. Damn, lost that one. Can't at least get 30,000 then for my trouble. They might award it to her.